Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I promised an early episode with audio, and you will get that. Today's going to be a little bit of a different episode because I'm just going to go over some of the cool things that I have in one of my collections, which is vinyl. And I collect a lot of records. Not to like an obsessive amount. I only get ones that I think that are either look cool or that well, they all sound good. They're all music that I actually listen to, but I try to pick up like specific records and stuff that I think will just be neat for my collection or for me. I'm weird like that. So the first one I'm going to show you is actually from Record Store Day. I believe it was 2 years ago. And this is just a neat one for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It's by Avenged Sevenfold, as you can see this right here. Um, both sides. It's pretty badass looking. It's a great find. It's literally only two songs, but my goodness, it's great. The next one is just a band that I really like. Now the greatest thing about uh Camelot. Now I know these are going to come in backwards for you, and I apologize about that. This is a fantastic album. Now I haven't actually opened the vinyl because I actually have it on. It actually came with a digital download as well. But this is another one that I'm really. This was an album that I'm just always looking for. I love Camelot. Um, Great band. They're out of Florida. Another one. This is a remaster. Uh, Stradivarius. Now this is an European power metal band. Now I love power metal. This is a remaster of their album Destiny. Fantastic. Again, one that came both on vinyl and on digital. So I just kind of keep some of the vinyl sealed if I can. I do have a lot open. Um, this one This one is actually one of my favorites as well. D. Snyder's For the Love of Metal. This is his more recent album. This has definitely got a metal edge to it. More than, normally a little bit more hard rock. But this is fantastic. I listened to this actually on both. It is really, really fantastic. I love this. Now, D. Snyder also, from D. Snyder, I have D. Snyder. This one is We Are the Ones. This has the We're Not Gonna Take It acoustic version. This is also, these are all gonna be albums that I really, really like. Another one is from Record Store Day. This was a couple of years ago. This is Dream Theater's Illumination Theory. Now this has all five parts of. I'm not even gonna read that because half of that's in Latin. But again, another great picture album. This one I just really, really well. I love Dream Theater. Dream Theater is actually probably one of my all-time favorite bands. This is a more recent addition to my collection of Vision Divine. Um, This is just another great metal record. I really enjoy this. I've been listening to it a lot, off stream, offline, but highly recommended. Oh, oh well, we'll open it then. Hold on, hang on a second. Emergency opening. It's kind of like an unboxing. Now, we're going to actually check this out together. So I actually haven't opened this, but the wrapper got horribly damaged, I guess. This is Tobias Sammet's Avantasia Moonglow. This is definitely a hard rock, heavy metal power group. He does these special projects all the time. Um, so let's go ahead and take a look. This says it's marbled vinyl. I want to see what that is. So we're going to look at that together. Oh, wow. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, you could see that. That's really, really neat. Oh, wow. So cool. Biocement is one of my. I discovered Avantasia probably myself now. This is me now, not like. I mean, they've been around for a long time, but he does these projects every couple of years. So he has two bands, Ed Guy, which is his main band, and then he does Avantasia. And these projects, he always gets people from both sides of the Atlantic to record on, and they're always fantastic. These albums never fail to disappoint. Not never fail to. That's the wrong one. Never fail to impress. Make sure you go out and check this out. Listen to some stuff. Ask me to play it on stream. I'll play at least one track while I'm streaming one night. A couple of them. This is a very very good album. Now this, I'm gonna go through the next couple. This is one of my more recent acquisitions. Sons of Apollo. Okay, this is Psychotic Symphony. This is a power group by Mike Portnoy, and another one. Mike Portnoy is probably one of the most prolific drummers in the world and musicians in the world. And I can tell you one thing: Mike's been my favorite drummer for a long time. I know, in all respect to Neil Peart, who was my absolute favorite. May he rest in peace. But Mike Portnoy has always been, since he was in Dream Theater, and then on to Winery Dogs, Sons of Apollo, Flying Colors, many other bands, the Neil Morse Project. He's played in so many. He was even in Avenged Sevenfold for a while after the Rev passed away. So yes, Portnoy's always been one of my favorites. And then speaking of Flying Colors, this is their newest album, Third Degree. Now I have all of their albums. This is another fantastic band. These are a little bit more. It's hard to describe because I think these are more prog in terms of prog rock. The other Sons of Apollo is definitely more metal. And then the last thing, this is kind of a special one, and I'll tell you why. So this is the Divinity Original Sin 2 soundtrack, and this is signed by the game runner or the head developer on the project. And I believe also the producer of the actual soundtrack. And I got this at PAX East in 2018, which is actually funny because I was actually talking to them, and he wasn't going to sign anything else. In fact, he was in the middle of meetings, but we were discussing. I was actually just discussing metal with one of the guys at the Divinity booth, and it was actually, I think, one of the devs, and we ended up getting into a really good conversation on metal and on vinyl and things like that. And he ended up going and especially getting this signed for me and holding it for me while I was on the floor that day. And then so these guys actually, the everybody on that I met from the studio was really, from Larian Studios, were really really fantastic people. This game itself is fantastic. It is literally like playing a D&D game. You can play it by yourself. You can play it with your friends. It's a huge world. You can go on many, many different adventures. I can't recommend the game enough, and the soundtrack is just, needless to say, fantastic. It is one of the only ones that I have exclusively on vinyl. I do take that out and listen to it. It is absolutely breathtaking. And I just can't say enough good things about that. But this is just one of my collections. So I'm going to go through kind of my older, because I do have some classic recitals, some Zeppelin, Floyd, Beatles, Doors, and other trinkets, I would say, from in my collection as well. I'm going to do that on another episode of this. But I wanted to kind of just share that with you, break up some of the things that have been going on. This week we're going to do something different. I'm working on actually a story video, which is I'm actually looking to get the art finished for it, as well as then get some of the other things that I want to have for it, like some music to go in the background as I tell this. It's got to be the right amount because it's going to be a scary story that I want to do. So it's an original one that I wrote, and it came out of a nightmare that I had. So for those of you that know me, might have heard me talk about this about a year ago or two. So you may know what's coming. But regardless, it is definitely something that I would consider Lovecraftian. And it was totally unintentional. It might have been because I was reading a lot of Lovecraft when I actually had this nightmare. But it terrified me to the point where I realized, hey, if I write this, it'll actually be a good story. And it is. So, and at least in my estimation, and amongst the people I've shared it with, they've already enjoyed it. So I figured, what the heck? Let's do something cool. Let's do something creative. We got time. So I'm gonna get that together for you. Hopefully over this week. And it takes time for me to get the art done. And I may get the art. I may use some of my resources online to get some of the scenes I want and do kind of like a still scene thing with some background music. You won't see me on it because I'm going to record the audio and actually clean up the audio a lot. So there's that. And yes, there will be audio on it for those who, because that's going to be a thing for a while. I know. But other than that, I just kind of wanted to do this vlog today to kind of go over something a little bit different, do something a little bit to break up all the monotony out there that's been going on, and just check in with everybody as always. Listen, it's Easter today, so today is Easter Sunday. So for anybody that's celebrating Easter, I want to wish you a happy Easter. For those of you that are celebrating Passover, I want to wish you a happy Passover. I think that's a thing. And I know there are some of you out there that celebrate Ramadan. I think that started this month as well. So I wish you a happy celebration of Ramadan as well. At regardless of what you're doing, I know we're all in the same boat together. And again, I hope you're just enjoying some time with your families if you can. Otherwise, do your best. FaceTime is the thing. You can do that. And just try to enjoy the day. Around here, it's nice weather, so I'm going to get outside and enjoy it a bit. And I wish you all the same. So, again, as always, please be safe. And I just hope you're doing well. So, stay well, be well. And as always, as I always like to say at the end of my videos, I'll see you around. Mel out.